So one of the questions we often receive is, does the home have to be vacant for the final walkthrough? And the short answer is it depends, but common practice here in our area is that no, it does not have to be vacant at the final walkthrough unless that's written into the contract. But as you can see here, this home seller, we're at the final walkthrough right now and they are still in the middle of packing. But this is a good example of how they really operate. Everything's clean and organized. It is food for thought when you are selling your home, even at that final walkthrough. Try to present it in the best possible light that you can. We understand that you're moving and packing, but again, we want to keep that buyer excitement all the way through closing. So what happens at the buyer's final walkthrough? Well, usually the seller doesn't have to do anything. Just pretty much prepare the home the best that they can. We understand that you could be in the transition of moving, but you still want to present your home in the best possible light that you can. In a very rare cases, sellers are present, and usually because they want to show the new buyer how to operate a certain piece of equipment, usually pool equipment or something technical. But again, 99% of the time, the seller is not present at the final walkthrough. Usually it's just the buyer and the buyer's agent, and that's the opportunity for the buyer to look at the home, make sure that the home is substantially in the same condition as when they viewed the home and wrote the offer. And then secondly, if there are any repairs that were agreed to, this is our opportunity to verify that those repairs were completed. It is not an opportunity for the buyer to renegotiate the contract, and it is also not a contingency in order to close escrow. In fact, we've had closings before where a buyer never performs a final walkthrough. At the conclusion of that final walkthrough, what we're expecting to see is a verification of property condition form. Usually that's sent over by the buyer's agent, should be signed by the buyer, and usually not required to be signed by the seller unless there is a discrepancy. So if there is a discrepancy regarding newfound damage or maybe a repair that wasn't completed, then of course we would have to address that. But usually it's a non-event, and verification of property condition is just filed away and it is found in your file for later. So most sellers want to know, how long is the final walkthrough going to take? It's usually anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, and that's because usually the buyers are super excited. They want to take measurements in the home. They usually bring family and friends by. So it's good to allot for 30 minutes to an hour. To be safe, I would make it an hour.